Hi, I'm Rob, and in this Gems of War video, I'm going to tell you what's good and bad in the Soulforge. Going to show you a really cool Tower of Doom team as well, and a Underspire team also. But first of all, let's take a look at this thingy that's in the glory shop, the Scroll Weaver. Convert 6 gems of a chosen colour to webbed gems, that's to purple, then create 4 more webbed gems. It does create have a 25% chance to create a web gem when its turn begins, and reduce damage from skulls by 50%, as well as being immune to web, so it's good to be immune to its own web gems. I am going to give it an okay 6 out of 10, because in the right team, that can be actually pretty cool. Right, let's get that thing to mythic level. Always good to do if you've got the spare glory. Anyway, I used to know a tattoo artist that would do women for free if they showed him their boobs. It was tit for tat. Do you see? Oh, all right. That's what was I gonna do? I was gonna do something random. Let me do this. Let me see if I can do a perfect run. Go on. Go on. One more. Come on. Whatever. Right. Soulforge it is. Let's jump in, take a look at the weapons first. I'm not going to go over all the ones that are here on a regular basis. They're in my Soulforge extra video. There'll be a link to that in the description below. So first up we have Dark Staff. Deals damage to an enemy. Deal double damage if there's a Dark Storm. Then create a Dark Storm. So nothing too spectacular about that. More collectible than anything. Does actually create a Dark Storm when you cast it. So you can get it charged up quickly enough again. You'll be doing that double damage while that storm is active. Dark Shot. Damage to an enemy. Create 5 purple gems boosted by webbed enemy. So web some enemies and you get a significant boost on that. And you can create a heck of a lot of purple. So yeah, not too bad. Pretty good. In the right team again. Very, very effective. Doomed Potions. Give life to all allies with a +2 per champion level boost. Give 5 mana to all other allies, not yourself. If the enemy has a doom, give 4 more mana. And give 2 magic to all allies for each green enemy. So a lot to get your head around on that, but it's more collectible than anything. Not really a fan of these giving life things. The life that they give is okay sometimes. Can make your team a bit more annoying or difficult to beat, but it's just not as effective as doing just damage and just wrecking the enemy. So this one here, Doomed Ram, does heavy splash damage to an enemy with a +4 per temporary level boost. Stun all purple enemies. Cleanse all purple allies. Explode 4 gems if the enemy has a doom. Explode 4 more. So most effective against all purple enemies, or all purple team, because you're going to stun all the purple ones that use purple. And you've got to use all purple yourself to actually benefit from it as well, to guarantee you get that cleanse. So best in a all purple team against an all purple team, which can happen, but still it's just all right. I mean, the damage can be good when it's boosted to +10, but yeah, it's okay. It's like there's still better doomed weapons for me. Book of Brambles. Deal damage to an enemy boosted by elf allies. Then create a mix of 6 green and purple gems for each elf ally. Uses red and brown, creates green and purple, so at least have 1 or 2 elves in your team that use green or purple, or both, to make the most of all that lovely mana. And it does have enchanting, which is one of the better upgrades, so when you cast it, it's going to get enchanted, get 2 mana per round, and just be ready to use again quicker than normal. Choker of Zul'Akari. Remove all purple gems with no effect. Deal damage to an enemy based on your magic, boosted by gems removed. And if the enemy is from Zul'Akari, if the battle is in Zul'Akari, deal double damage. So one of these sort of anti-kingdom weapons, you get them every single week. Hardly ever use them, but they're still worth crafting. Very cheap to craft, a mere 75 diamonds, and when you get it fully leveled up, basically in the game you get a bunch of weapons from certain kingdom fully leveled, and you can advance your game forward on the power levels, things like that. This is a nice cheap way to get another one, so it's always worth picking that sort of thing up. Iranian Bloom. Deal damage to an enemy boosted by Zulkari allies, then create a mix of 6 green and purple gems for each Zulkari ally. So similar to the other one, this one uses yellow and brown, creates green and purple. Make sure you got at least 1 or 2 green or purple using Zulkari allies in your team to make the most of all that mana. It gets leaf as well as an upgrade, which means green, so if it creates a lot of green on that spell, it's going to almost certainly give you a whole bunch of mana. The Nightfall Blade. Deal damage to the last enemy. Can be useful when they're like stealthy or something, or just a powerful enemy and you want to target them. If they are poisoned, inflict 4 stacks of bleed. So a bit specialist when you use it and that kind of thing. Wonder Star, say it all the time, but it's here every single week. If you haven't got it and you got the resources, just go get it. It's the best weapon in the game. Absolutely amazing. A mana generator. Can backfire sometimes, but doesn't often if you do it at the right moment with the right option. Because basically the Bless all allies use 4 colours, and the Umbral Stars, which curses the enemies, uses different colours, uses purple and yellow. So if you cast it at the right moment when there's those relevant colours on the screen, it has a less failure rate. What else we got? Got a Bound Darkness. Sounds dark and scary. Deals magic +4 damage to an enemy, boosted by purple allies and elf allies. So get some purple elves in your team and you get a nice little boost there, but still nothing too fantastic. But it does have webbed as one of its upgrades, which is pretty cool. It's going to web the first enemy when you cast it. Venom Shot. Damage to an enemy, magic +4 by the look of things. Boosted by all webbed and poisoned enemies, then web and poison them. So damage, boosted by webbed and poisoned enemies, and web and poison. So the more you do that, the more the boost is going to be, which is not too bad. The Weaver's Tome. There's a bit of a pattern on these things, isn't there? It's all to do with webs and stuff, which is good. This creates 6 web gems and gains an extra turn. So you can create 6 web gems, which are purple, and if they match with purple, you get the purple mana. And you get the effect of web on an enemy and an extra turn. So if they don't match up immediately, you get a chance to make it so with another move, or maybe cast someone else, explode gems, taking out those web gems that way, for example. So yeah, can be okay in certain teams, but again, you've got to plan your team around it kind of thing, and it's more tactical than high damage rate and stuff like that. Watcher's Blade. Explode! Magic +1 green gems. Grant a random status effect to all Zulkari allies. Then summon a Zulkari troop. So a nice explodey summoning weapon there with webbed as one of the upgrades. Do like them. We have a Shadow Staff. A lot of weapons from this kingdom. Deal damage to the first 2 enemies, boosted by Zulkari allies. So a basic weapon damage with a boost. Again, webbed as one of the upgrades. A lot of them have webbed as an upgrade, which is cool. And we have a Doom Ballist. Ballist? Whatever. Deals damage to an enemy with a +4 per temporary level boost. If they use purple mana, explode 3 purple gems. If the enemy has a Doom, gain a quarter of my mana back. So again, better to use against purple using enemies. But yeah, nothing too fantastic either. So let's now take a look at the troops. Starting off with the, let's look at the summoning stones quick. So you're looking for anybody, look, it's a goblin. Goblins are good, they gain an extra turn, and really annoying. Anybody that starts with full mana, anybody that's just known to be really good, like the Daughter of Time here. Creates 5 hourglass gems and 5 freeze gems and gains an extra turn. Works absolutely fantastic in certain teams. Almost a really, really cool, almost endless loop. Anybody in there? Not particularly. Nah, not really. I mean, some of these, even if, you know, they don't sound that good, or, you know, they're not that good, it's still worth, you know, picking some of them up if you haven't got any. But if you've got a lot of keys, for example, then you can pick up extra troops this way. I remember in the early parts of the game going over these, picking up some of them if I was after a particular troop. Alright, so let's take a look at the mythics now. I should do a video on this geezer, because it's absolutely awesome. Kills an enemy, then creates 12 random mana potion gems, then gained an extra turn. That's just absolutely nuts. I think it might even be my favourite boss mythic to use at the moment. absolutely fantastic. Really like it. A lot of fun to use. Right, so let's start at the bottom and work our way up. Looking at the Mythics first, same deal as before. Not going over all the troops that are here on a constant basis. They're in my Soulforge extra video, which is in a link below. Lucithrax is first up, dealing damage, magic +2 to all enemies, boosted by ally and enemy dragons. So if you're against an enemy team as well, you get another boost from that, which is cool. And summon Crystanax. So a dragon which does damage to all, which summons a dragon, which summons a dragon, because Crystanax summons a dragon as well, or Drakon, Silver Drakon, if I remember correctly. So yeah, pretty cool, and does give 2 magic to all dragon allies when matching 4 or more gems. So every time you get 4 match, you're going to boost up the power of all your dragons at the same time. So it works really well in a dragon team, obviously. King Stormguard deals damage to the first 2 enemies, boosted by his attack, life and armor. Then explode all lightning gems. Does create 2 lightning gems when his turn begins to increase the power of that spell. But the boost is 3 to 1, so it's not a mega boost. I mean, what we're looking at here for me. Well, I've got 68, what's that, 174, 274, 289. So what's that, 98 roughly boost? Nothing amazing. Yeah, it's alright, but not great. Sagittarian, not really a fan of these all things where there's not actually a choice. It just does one or the other randomly. I mean, the damage is okay. Deals a decent amount of, looks like double magic +4 maybe. True damage to an enemy. Then steal either 10 magic or 20 life or 20 armor from the enemy. It's the or bit I don't like. It's like, yeah, the damage is alright. But the or, it's like, yeah. I mean, if you can do true damage, what's the point of stealing armor? I mean, it's going to not affect them at all. I mean, it makes you a bit more tanky because you take it from them, put it on yourself. But, yeah, just don't like the or bit. Can I say or more? I probably could, but I'm not going to. Right, top us off is the dragon on rotation this week. It's a gem dragon, so if you're still needing Diamantina, you can guarantee picking up a Topasath, damage to all the enemies, boosted by yellow gems, convert 5 yellow gems to yellow giant gems, with a 10% chance of an extra turn, boosted by yellow gems, and give 2 magic to all yellow allies when matching yellow gems. And does summon a light storm at the start of battle, which is yellow too, so a pretty good dragon anyway, but if you need it to get Diamantina, and it's the only one you need, I say it's worth the extra Dragonite, because you're just eliminating that chance of keep getting non-stop duplicates, which is really irritating. But you could get lucky and get it anyway. But another day you might just open, you know, another 10 dragon eggs and still not get it, or more, and then wish you'd done it this way. Up to you. But personally, if I've got the Dragonite, I want to guarantee that I get that thing. It's the last one I need. Libara. Oh, crikey, not a very good bunch of mythics today, is it? Deal magic. Double magic and a bit? No, it's less. It's less than double magic. Wow. Damage to all enemies, or add the same amount of life to all allies. I want to know what I'm going to do. Let me pick that. It's a mythic. It would have been better. Like, oh yeah, annoying. I don't like that much. And it does give 4 life to all yellow allies when matching yellow gems, which is not a lot in the grand scheme of things, especially as you get high level and fight high level opponents. But yeah, Libara, not much cop. Right, let's take a look at the legendaries now quickly. We have the Midnight Queen. Converts all red gems to purple and converts blue to Doom Skulls and inflicts terror on the strongest enemy. Oh, excuse me, do like a bit of terror. She uses blue and purple, so creating red to purple is good for her, but she does convert her other colour away to Doom Skulls, so that can be good and bad at the same time. But she does inflict terror on a random enemy when matching 4 or more gems. And terror, if they're in last place, they can just run off. And if they run off, they've scarped away, they've chickened it from the battle, and it's effectively a straight kill, a bit like Deathmark in a way. Who's next? Oh, Widow Queen. Got a couple of queens going on. Sacrifice an ally. Deal magic-based damage to all enemies, boosted by the sacrificed troop's life, and summon a random Zulakari troop. And does have web a random enemy on 4 or 5 gem matches, as well as Dark Ancestry, which is okay. But yeah, she's okay in the right team. Nothing special though. Emperor Corvash. Remember this guy being so annoying when I started playing the game, and he's still going to be annoying now, so it's a decent legendary. Magic +3 true damage to the first 2 enemies, stun them and drain their mana. Still really cool. Gain 3 to all skills if in first position, stun a random enemy on 4 or 5 gem matches. So yeah, still like myself a bit of Emperor Corvash even now and again. Even now? Even now. Now and again. Infernal King. Converts green to skulls and brown to red, then deals magic-based scatter damage. It's okay, especially when that conversion works to get you a 4 match. You can have an extra turn. And it does have Immortal. 24% chance to resurrect after death, which is basically 75% chance to resurrect after death if it's controlled by the AI. And we all know what I'm talking about there. Right. Who's my Mythic of the week? Well, there was a little bit of a bunch of not great Mythics here today, wasn't there? I mean, crikey. Nabara, bit naff. Sagittarian, bit naff. King Stormguard, not great. So it's going to go to Lucithrax comfortably. I mean, that's not amazing either, but it's still pretty decent. So Lucithrax, my Mythic of the week. Now onto the Tower of Doom team. Now you must use the event weapon to get that ×2 score in this, and you pick this up from the shop. You can get it from the Soulforge as well, but it's kind of expensive, and you kind of want to get it from here in a way in the Tower of Doom shop because it's kind of free. You're going to want to get these tiers anyway to help out your guild by doing the tiers, and the tiers are good because you get the Potion of Enchantment at tier 1, enchant all allies at the start of battle, as well as some extra Doom sigils and some troops in gold. Tier 2, you get the Potion of Explosion, exploding gems at the start of battle, giving you a nice quick start, as well as more sigils, more gold, more stuff. Tier 3, you get the Potion of Rejuvenation, healing 3 damage to all allies at the start of my turn, again this event only, as well as Dark Forge Scrolls, which are going to temper up and power up your purple doomed weapons, as well as other stuff. Crikey. So at tier 4 we pick up the weapon, so much better to get it from here. You get loads of sigils all in, you get more Dark Forge Scrolls, more troops, more sigils, and the Potion of Armour. So definitely better to get it from here, even if we're not going to end up using it or casting it sometimes, but you do have to use it, you do have to stick it in the team. So let's take a look at a no Mythic Alternative first, and I'll explain a couple of Mythic Alternatives and the good way to go about it. But I do like to do it this way at first, just to help out the people that don't have all the Mythics or some of the best troops in the game. This is a pretty good way to go. Malcondessa starts battles with full mana and converts yellow to green and webs and poisons the weakest enemy. When the enemy is webbed, makes their magic to 0, which means they are significantly, monumentally, massively weakened on the power of their spells, even at the highest levels. So the green that creates, look for 4 matches on that, and if it works, then cast it, chuck it into Venoxia. Venoxia gets charged up really, really quickly. 2 of them will do an absolute bunch of damage. Creates 9 green and 9 blue gems, then deals magic-based true damage to all enemies. So it creates loads of green, loads of blue. The blue feeds straight back into Malcondessa, so she can do that again. And all the other colour, the green, feeds back into Venoxia, so it can recharge and actually do it again as well. And that's why the weapon is sitting in the back thinking, will I ever actually get used? But if it does, it's handy to chip in with some extra damage and the explosiony thing. But the quarter of the mana back isn't even that great, even when the Doom is there, because 18 mana cost means it's only getting it 4. It's mana back. I mean, it's better than a kick in the what's it's, but yeah, it's just not, you know, like as good as it sounds, because those percentages or those amounts are rounded down when they don't make a equal amount. So I'm going to be in all Breather class for this. You can use different ones, like so many options for this one. It's nuts, really. If you put the weapon at the top, then it's going to be pretty good in Archer class, because you can benefit from that 15% chance of skull damage to be lethal. You can also have stuff like Root Trap and Perfect Aim, Nature's Aura, Leaf Storm at the start. So yeah, that's a pretty good one. Archmagus is pretty good as well. Stacks of purple in this one, as well as gain 1 magic when an ally casts a spell. Gain 2 bonus purple mana from purple gem matches. Dark Hunger, steal 1 life. That's true damage effectively. from the first enemy when matching purple gems. Really handy when the enemy is just on 1 or 2 life and you have to cast again to kill them. Anti-magic sphere, mana source. So yeah, some good stuff from this one here. But I'm going to go with Orb Reaver. You can go Elementalist class to be safe, to get that burn, stun, freeze, and tangle on all the enemies on 4 matches eventually. So, but I'm going to go to Orb Reaver. I'm going to show you why. Again, lots of benefits to this. Gain 1 life for each green ally. We have a couple of those. Immune to mana burn, mana drain, mana steal. 34% chance to summon a giant spider when I take damage. If you lose any of your top 3 troops and you take some damage, you've got a 35% chance to summon a giant spider. And in the talent trees, we can have stuff like Haunted Weave, web a random enemy when I summon a troop, which goes hand in hand with that previous trait. Perfect aim, gain 2 magic if using the bow. Root trap, always good to entangle the first enemy. This one you can have Dusk's Aura or Nature's Aura, your choice. Darkstorm is purple, Nature's Aura is green, and that's both colours that Venoxia uses, so you can see why that's cool. Stealthy, cannot be targeted by spells. Inspiration, all allies start with 15% mana, really handy, means we can go 3 times and nice shot on this, no need to start with a Medal of Anu. And Rising Shadows, when this comes into play in Tower of Doom, it's really handy. 7% chance to assassinate the last enemy when another enemy dies. So in the early stages we'll be killing people just automatically anyway, but that still can be useful. Right, so let's look at a couple of mythic options now. So many different ways to go about this, it is a little bit nuts. But some really good options here. You can go with a basic team, you can go with something like Leprechaun or Thrall up top, and then you can go, say, Chrysanthrax. So much damage, it's nuts. And you can have, what's the one? That one, Mythialis underneath that, because it gives 2 magic to all purple allies when matching purple gems. All purple allies in this team. So every time you match a purple, you're going to be giving Chrysanthrax a nice damage boost at the same time, which is cool, as well as itself. And you can have the weapon at the bottom. So that's a really easy way to go about it. If you haven't got Chrysanthrax, you can obviously use Stellarix instead, which is really cool. If you haven't got that, you can have 2 of them. This is where these duplicates do sometimes come in handy. If you want to go the true damage route, there's again some other really cool options. Arachnian Weaver's pretty good, but does run out of puff on the later levels when that true damage amount doesn't seem quite as significant anymore on the really high levels. But if you kill the enemy, it does explode at gems, and the traits are absolutely fantastic. Other options for this, let's have a look. Phoenix, really good. True damage is a really good way to go. On this again, true damage to all, and bless and enchant a random ally when I match 4 or more gems, which is really cool. And good old, where is she? Morthani's Darkness, classic one for this, really, really good. Stealing life from 4 random enemies and summoning Morthani's Will. A stealing life is effectively true damage, but you take it from them and give it to yourself. So that's a really good way to go as well. You can even go like 2 times Cathru at the bottom, Chrysanthrax, 2nd place weapon up top. That's just going to explode gems every single round. Tried up the team really quickly. So many different ways to go about this. It is a little bit wild, but I'm going to... Oh, Mist Mother as well. Really good. Troop, do like this. Fairy Fire all enemies when matching 4 or more gems. She can even go like 1 Cathru, 1 Mist Mother, Chrysanthrax, weapon up top. Get 4 match. You're going to get 50% extra damage from your Chrysanthrax. Really cool. Right, anyway, let's do a few battles with this one. The banner for this one, I'm going to go with a +2 purple, +1 green, -1 red ribbon banner from Primal Rift. Right, let's jump in, do a couple of battles. Let's make sure I'm in the right room first. No, I wasn't. I was in the wrong room. I'm going to be in room 3. When you do the Tower of Doom, you typically want a scout or 2. These are the people that go around doing all the rooms and noting down where the useful scrolls are. I've got a Tower of Doom guide. I'll stick that in the link in the description below, but here comes the explosion. There we go. Venoxia's up already. Death to all. Absolutely instant kills. 1 shot on everything in these early stages. Absolutely awesome stuff. So where is next? Room 4 is where we have a haste scroll. Always good to have a couple of scouts doing this if they can. This is where we can look out for the yellow to green, and there we go. Look at that, look at that, fantastic. Uber fast, uber good, uber kaboosh! Someone survived, got a summon thing. Get the fudge out of there, you smelly rat. I have no idea. Right, let's do this from here, then we'll jump forward a bit. Show how this works on some later levels. Here's our explosion. Let's take a little look for yellow to green. Of course, you don't always have to get a full match. If it does any yellow to green, it's going to be enough to get our Venoxia up a lot of the time. But if not, we'll just take something random. What did I take there? I think I took the wrong match there. That was a bit weird. Anyway, it doesn't take long because we get all the extra purple as well from the class and the banner and things like that. Right, let's jump forward a bit. Jumped forward a little bit, but still absolutely flying through these stages. It's like, yeah, absolutely motoring through. Really cool when you get the nice conversion of this straight away. Don't need it, but if the enemy survives the first wave like they did, then you got the second one. Second Venoxia ready to line up and do it again. And look, they both recharged and they were both ready to cast again. So mega fast this, really cool. Very nice indeed. Right, let's just do these last couple of battles and we'll maybe skip forward a little bit more. Always have a little look around for that yellow to green. If there's nothing doing, get some purple if you can. Let the enemy have their go, make them think that they're doing good. Get some purple, we can get some yellow to green. We have got like a 3 match over there, but normally if it's only like 1 match, it's not worth doing. If there's several 3 matches when you do the conversion, it's worth it, but otherwise just grab normal purple because we get the extra amount anyway, and we cast this even if we don't get the extra turn with Venoxia. The second Venoxia is recharged the next round anyway, so if you had to cast again, you'd be ready to wipe out the enemy. Right, let's do the boss. Come on, boss. Be as bossy as you want. Still not going to do you any good. See, oh, that was a good one there, but that potion of explosion ruined it in a way as it does sometimes. Got a lovely 4 match there for Malcandessa, but it's okay. We can cast this if we get a recharge, which we didn't. Never mind. Have we got any green to yellow? We've got a little bit there, but we'll take this first up here. Why not? Let's do this, see if we can wing something. Some more purple. Get green if you can though. Yeah. Good old Venoxia charged up nice and quick. And both recharged again, look. Very nice. Right, floor 10 and Venoxia is still just ripping it up. Really, really cool. I'll do this one battle here and I'll maybe switch to one of the mythic ideas I had, see how that goes. I think it's some nice green to yellow there, absolutely straight away. I'm still going to do it now because I've got cast twice, so better to get the mana while it's there being offered, especially when you have to cast the Venoxias back to back like that. See you later. Lovely jubbly. Right, let's take a quick look at one of my mythic options that I was thinking of. So, what was I going to do? Right, I was going to have this. Go. Yeah, I was liking the idea of Mist Mother with Chrysanthrax. Put that 50% extra damage. Not that. And that. Probably gonna be quicker with a Leprechaun or leaving Malcandessa there even. Oh, Thrall. Thrall, wasn't it? Thrall is the way I was going to go. It'll be a case of getting purple for Thrall. Obviously this works better with Thrall if you're a high level player. Explodes or destroys more gems. Otherwise you're probably better off with Leprechaun. Should we stay in Allbeaver? It's probably better to go something more purple based like Archmagus maybe. Still could get lucky. Let's just try this. But like I say, Archmagus would be a pretty good shout. At the same time, is a banner still relevant? Yeah, just about. It's probably better off with +2 blue though because of Mist Mother, or +2 yellow, but this is still okay. Right, let's see what this does. We're looking for a 4-match first of all, obviously, to get the Fairy Fire. Such a cool thing. Fairy Fire, all enemies were matching 4 or more gems. Absolutely awesome. So there's that. Here comes Thrily Boy. That charges up Chrysanthrax. Everyone's Fairy Fired, unless they're immune, and gets obliterated. That was pretty good. Let's do the Mythic room, and we'll call the video a day for Tower of Doom. Oh, we got a 4-match there on yellow, but the Potion of Explosion is going to mess it all up. It's the only thing about it. Potion of Explosion can ruin things sometimes. It depends upon your power level. You may not even need it. Have we got a 4-match there anywhere? Or we can just wing it with this anyway. We can. Right, so this is going to be a pretty good way to go about it as well. So yeah, there's the Tower of Doom video. And video, you're a day. Now on to the Underspire team. Right, let's take a look at this. I'm going to go Web Spinner, Watcher's Blade, Malcandessa. We are restricted to Zul'Kari troops for this. Web Spinner, awesome troop, doing damage to all enemies and poison them, then create 9 green gems. Uses green so we can actually recharge and do it again. That 3 traits are super important. You get them and you can just do like triple skull damage to enemies non-stop. Really cool. So take the skulls when they come along as bonus and do the damage to help finish them off. Watcher's Blade, really cool for this. Exploding magic +1 green gems that helps charge up our Web Spinner. Gives a random status effect to our entire team and has a summon as well. So if you're unlucky enough to lose one of your Web Spinners, you can summon in somebody else as a replacement. Pretty cool. Still going to be an Orb Weaver for this. Haunted Weave. Let's go to the other version of showing it. It's a little bit clearer. So gain 1 life for each green ally. We still use green allies for this. A couple of them, Web Spinners, so that's good. We still get that chance of that giant spider, which is cool. But we change this around a little bit from the Tower of Doom team. We can still have that nice web around an enemy when I summon a troop. That one becomes irrelevant. Root Trap still really useful to protect our Web Spinner at the top as we take some nice skull hits ourselves when they come along. We'll change this to this Nature's Aura here. Create a Leaf Storm at the start of battle. Really good for our Web Spinner. Still we can be stealthy. Still we'll be inspired. And still we can have Rising Shadows. Onto the banner. I've changed it to a Ocularan banner. +2 green, +1 blue, -1 brown is fine, Gov. Right, let's jump in. Do a couple of battles. We've got Malcandessa at the bottom. She's going to look for yellow to green. If we've got that anywhere, that's going to make things happen really quickly. It doesn't always have to be a 4-match at the start of battle. You can do this and get Web Spinner charged up with plenty of green there. Look, we can make it happen in that round or the next and finish off with a ton of damage. And they both got charged up and we're ready to rock and roll. Right, let's go and get our lantern off of Matey Boy, Mr. T, wannabe chain belt hat ears. Thank you. Every week he says, do you want to purchase them? And then gives them away. He doesn't understand the idea of business, I don't think. So have a little look out for the green to yellow. We'll have a bit of that because there's no obvious green to yellow there. If it's not happening, we can just grab something else instead. We can grab some green or nice little 4-match like that. And Web Spinner there popped in with some nifty damage. Like this sort of thing isn't always helpful. We'll grab that anyway. But now we've made it happen on this green to yellow look. So we can cast Malcandessa. We could have cast Web Spinner if it got charged earlier, but just showing how the team works with the conversions and things like that. Alright. Let's do the next one. Just doing up a couple of more battles. This is a really easy team to use. I'll grab that just because it's there. This is what I'm saying about the green to yellow. It doesn't always have to be a 4-match. We've got 2-3 matches there. This is going to be a decent amount of mana still. And both Web Spinners are up and ready to just obliterate everything and kaboosh everyone into oblivion with a mighty great one-shot. Lovely jubbly. Right, let's make this the last one. Very straightforward, easy team to use this. See, we've got a 3-match there, but that is it this time, so nothing too great. But there's no green matches either, no blue matches, so hey, whatever. Okay, give me the green that's there, we may get lucky and kill them all anyway. Simple as that. Fantastic stuff. There is the option on this team, actually, on this Underspire restriction, to go more powerful troops if you have them. Obviously, Reckoning Reaver's a good choice. Belcerulia, another really good choice for this. Dealing damage to all enemies, converting 5 blue gems to spirit gems. 10% of an extra turn boosted by blue gems. Really nice. So another good way to go about it. But yeah, this team will be really good if you want to just go through the early stages. And I think it'll still be good later on as well. But obviously, pop in those more powerful mythics if you have them for even more power and even more wreckage. Might be able to put one of them in that second spot where the web spinner is, because the first web spinner is obviously very good, but if you lose it, you can then summon in an extra troop and protect your uber damage dealer, your Belcerulia, or whatever you've got there. But there's a video. If you enjoyed it, it'd be really cool if you bash that like and subscribe button. It really does help. But most of all, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again in the next one. Bye for now.